Land banking has been a popular investment model in Nigeria, and is not just modern, it has been an investment model people have been practicing for ages. But looking at the modern real estate markets and the modern real estate industry in Lagos, starting with the rise of pwan, the rise of Adron, EUC homes, and a lot of real estate companies that started noise about ibeju-lekki, about Epe. This also pushed a lot of attention into land banking, and coupled with the naira to dollar exchange rate meltdown, a lot of investors find it very easy, particularly Nigerians in diaspora, to put in $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 into buying land around some presumed hotspot areas. But analyzing the market over the past 1 year, I've realized one thing. At some point, land banking in Lagos became a Ponzi scheme by some certain real estate developers. So in this episode of Meet the Property Guy, we'll be discussing how this legit, innocent investment model became a Ponzi scheme where a lot of individuals went to just for making money, and not just making money, but making money quick and putting investors in trouble. In case you are coming across a video like this for the first time, welcome to Meet the Property Guy Property channel, and this way we discuss everything real estate, from the real estate market, the real estate terms, real estate scams, real estate companies, real estate developers. We also analyze locations and investment models, talking about short lets, land banking, buy and flip, off plan, and so on and so forth. So if you are already investing here in Nigeria, in Lagos, in Abuja, or you are not yet investing, there have been some opportunities that have been thrown to you, there have been some deals that you are looking at, that you are considering, you are also at the right channel, because I discuss about everything here, and we have been doing this for 5 years plus. So there are quite a lot of episodes and a lot of topics that I've covered, which can be a lot of help to you. So after watching this particular video, I also suggest you go through any of our playlists. I have a playlist on short lets, I have a playlist on land banking, I have a playlist on off plan, I have a playlist on real estate companies. Just in case there's any company that you want to deal with, you want to watch that particular playlist and see whatever I've discussed or whatever I've mentioned about that particular company or real estate companies in general, so that you know the questions to ask, you know the things to look out for, the clauses to look out for before you start dropping your money. All right, so how did land banking become a Ponzi scheme? How did buying land to keep, buying land for future development, buying land for future appreciation, how did it become a Ponzi scheme? As I mentioned previously, land banking is not new. Prior to real estate companies and real estate developers offering estates, buying estates, people have been doing land banking. People have been buying land in acres, in plots, in hectares. Pastor Ashimolowo bought Mowe in the early 90s. That was land banking. That's what he's just doing basically. The Winners Chapel, Bishop Ode-Omi got that place around 1995, 96. Same thing with Redemption Camp, got those land around the Redemption. MFM went to Magboro. Pastor Chris went to Asheshe. So Nasfat also went to Asheshe. So a lot of both corporate entities and very wealthy individuals have been playing the land banking game since ages, because people have understood for a long time that when you have money, one of the safest place for you to store it and for you to keep it and for you to multiply it in value is to keep it in land, particularly land in emerging locations. So all those Songotedo, all those Abijo, people have been buying land there around the 90s. Mowe, people have been buying land there around the 90s too, before the rush at all. But around the 2010, 2011, we started having real estate companies, starting with Adron, P1, EUC Homes. This company started offering estates, and this made land banking more popular, and also reduced the entry to land banking, because prior to real estate companies, a lot of people had the challenge with dealing with money or dealing with buyers, and then a lot of people also could not like have the opportunity to pay, like have a payment plan to buy some of these properties. So our real estate companies offer that lower entry, so it became more popular. The entry barrier was is lower. The fear was also removed, that you are not dealing with money, you are not paying this, you are not paying that, just have this land, you can keep it. We are not going to change your allocation. Once you buy it, it's there, no matter any time that you want to come back. So that gives a lot of more investors the confidence to go into buying land. So then we had the ibeju-lekki boom, because of the Dangote refinery, the seaport, the free trade zone. So we had land in Foluise, Akodo-Ise, Otolu, Ogun, and we had a lot of estates, a lot of real estate companies going there. P1, EUC Homes, Gracias, Revolution Plus, a lot of them went into ibeju-lekki, buy 6 get 1 free, buy 5 get 1 free, buy 7 get 1 free, land of 600,000, 700,000, you know, and then can just drop 100,000, drop 200,000, drop 300,000, and this land was selling very, very fast. Then after that, we had the Epe boom, Ketu Epe, Ilara, Igbonla, Igboye, and the likes, and all these same companies went there, and investors still follow suit. But now ibeju-lekki has died down, because like the places selling in ibeju-lekki right now are like the titled land, and they are pretty expensive. So you may now be wondering, those lands sold in 2016, sold in 2015, sold in 2017, around Ishe, Foluise, Ode-Omi, and the likes are 600,000, 500,000, 450,000. What are the current state of those land? Are those lands still there? The companies are not posting about it. The companies are not talking about it. There is no update about it. We don't even know if the estate still, if the land still exists, if the estate still exists. Even if the company still exists, you still even have someone to communicate to. And 30 to 40% of some of these companies that even sold the ibeju-lekki, and even sold Epe as just recently as 3 years ago, some of them are fall down. Their founders have relocated. The offices are not are shut down. The emails is not going. Instagram pages are last updated 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So what is really happening, really? And so we have to go back to how these companies operated, and how land banking itself was even advertised. Because I'm not just going to talk about just real estate companies being the one championing land banking as a Ponzi. Even we Realtors also did our own part also in advertising land banking as a Ponzi. I can remember as far back as 2021, when we had this boom around the proposed airport, and we had a lot of estates selling around Ayetoro, Itunu Residential, Itunu City, Tiwa Garden, Imen Phase 3, Fairmount, and Tiara, and a lot of them opening around the location of them, opening just right beside each other, you know. And we had this serious boom and this serious interest in that location from investors that want to buy 1 plot, buy 2 plots, because of the proposed airports. And I try my own best, my own possible best, and I have evidence to it. I have videos here on YouTube as far back as 3-4 years ago, where I kept insisting that these places are buy and keep. These places, the maturity rely heavily on the airport starting, either starting in operation or starting in construction. And I kept advising investors that even if you want to invest in this place, don't invest too much in this place. Just have a few here and there, and go to other locations like Songotedu, like Ibrahim Adesonya, and invest there, because those ones are closer to maturity. So I did my own part. But I can't say that about a lot of my other colleagues, and some of we realtors are also like part of the problem in making land banking look like a Ponzi. Now, every legit investment where you can make money, where you can earn money, legitimately can also become a Ponzi, and land banking has shown that. Now, a Ponzi scheme is simply any investment model where we rob Peter to pay Paul, where returns are not realistic, or is not the investment itself that is producing the returns that are being advertised to investors. And that's what has happened for a lot of people that have bought ibeju-lekki around 6-5 years ago. Some of them don't even get physical allocation. Is that terrible? So what some people got for the land that they bought are just a paper allocation, an allocation letter showing that they are fully paid for so land, and they have been allocated 1 plot or 1 acre or 2 plot and whatever in that estate, and that's it. And some of these people want to sell this land, and all they have is just I have a receipt to this company that I paid so amount, and I have an allocation letter with this company showing that I paid so amount. There is no physical land where they can take a new buyer to that this is my own portion and this is what I want to sell. And I warned about this around like 3 years ago. I was in an allocation yesterday, and a very young guy that came for inspection was telling me about how he got scammed 3 million naira trying to buy land from someone that I bought from a real estate company. He has deposited the 3 million based on trusts, only for them to take him to the estates, and then he gave them the allocation letter that this is what this person said that you got from your company. They went around the estates and they could not find that plot, and he has deposited 3 million. They went around that estate, they could not find the plot that was in that allocation letter. So it's crazy how a lot of real estate company just got these funds, collected this amount from investors, and then did nothing. Not just did nothing, they even delivered nothing. And around 2 or 3 years ago, we had a very serious dilemma in our real estate space. Because land banking was highly profitable during COVID. Talk about lagoon front estates, beach front estates. Then 2021, the Simi noise or the Simi hype, the Dukia Africa hype, the Ituno hype. So a lot of realtors that sold quite a number of these properties for a lot of investors then realized that I sold 10 plots, I sold 15 plots, I sold for a number of investors. Okay, let me just go and talk to these investors that me too, I can do this thing now. I can also get a land and then put a banner there, and then these are amounts that this you can get the land, this amount you can sell it, and these profits investors can make. So a lot of realtors start jumping the bandwagon of becoming developers because there was so much money to be made. Particularly, you know, they are looking at it that you can buy this land and sell it 4 times, sell it 5 times, sell it 3 times the value, and this is a sharing ratio for you investors. You just bring the money, we understand the market. And investors were pushing funds. They were pushing funds into this, and that's eventually what even crashed the entire Ponzi, because we now had too many estates, too many companies, like and that's what we are even having right now. Just that it's not even land banking, it's now agro real estate. Every company now is offering farms. Either they are selling a farm in Abeokuta, or they are selling a farm in Oyo, they are selling a farm in where again, different places. Just name it, very far location. A lot of places, all of these places are not even accessible by road, but they go there, go and buy 100 acres, go and buy 200 acres, and then tell investors we are going to plant this and do this for you. And investors have not learned their lesson, and that's what I find painful. That's what I find the most painful, that you guys have done this, got your hands burnt, and people are still coming back to you with this same offering, this same model, and you guys are still following based on the same expectation you had with the ones that you got your hands burnt. Again, real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. I will keep repeating this. That's part of the gospel that I'm going to be doing on this channel. Real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. In 2021, 2022, people were buying into new residential because they wanted to sell in 6 months, they wanted to sell in 9 months, they wanted to sell in 1 year and make 15 million, make 10 million. Very ridiculous decision. Is highly ridiculous. You can give all your excuses or all the excuse that you want to give that I don't know about the markets, I don't know. It's just very ridiculous for you to think that you can buy a land at 16.5 million and within 1 year you can sell it at 35 million and there is a buyer waiting for you. Very ridiculous. Okay. So there is a case study in 2022, when Itunu City was like the hottest property in the market. Someone went bought 10 plots. Then Itunu City was 20 million per plot. Got 10 plots for 200 million, and I'm very confident that investor went into that deal on the assumption that in 6 months or 4 months or 8 months you can sell at maybe 26 or 27 million and just like make 7 million on that deal. Because within 6 or 5 months that property that they allocated, that property was back in the market, that there was 10 plots available for sale. And these are mistakes that investors should not be doing, because real estate is not a get rich quick scheme. Regardless of whatever offer or whatever deal that is on the table, real estate grows and it takes time to grow. Even Grant Cardone mentioned this in one of his videos, that real estate is slow. And the same thing here, it is slow. So we should not be looking at land banking as a Ponzi. And it's because of how investors are attending to real estate, is also defining how realtors are marketing it. I've seen offers over the past 1 year where contacts have come to me that Rabi, you guys, you understand the market now. You know how much they are selling this land from the family. Land of 1 million per acre. 1 million per acre. You can sell this thing as 3 times or 4 times. I'm just giving you an example. 1 million per acre. You can sell it at 4 million per acre, and even after we have removed all the outstanding operation costs or whatever, you are still going to make 2 million per acre. Just an example, 2 million per acre on these deals, and then we can go and buy 50 acres or 100 acres and so on and so forth. I'm in this business. I've been doing real estate for like almost 6 years. There is no way you are going to do this deal. Let's say, for example, 1 million per acre purchasing costs, sell at 4 million per acre, or let's say 1 million per plot, sell at 4 million per plot, and then you remove all outstanding, you have like a 2.5 million or 2 million profit. See, out of that 2 million profit, you first have to remove 1 million out of it and go and buy another land elsewhere. The purpose of that land elsewhere is that in case this one that you sell to your investors have issue, you have another land elsewhere that you are going to pay to investors. But in the past 2 years, we had a lot of, let me say, should I say naive? Okay, let me say naive. Naive guys who have just sold real estate for maybe 2 years, and they were like very smart guys. They were able to get a lot of investors, and they simply just raised a number of millions from investors, and they also started selling real estate because they just want to sell 3x, 4x the value of what they buy, pay back their investor, and then they can start claiming big boy. It doesn't work. In Yoruba, we call it owore ikure, that this is money, this is debt. That profit that you feel like you are making, you have to go and use to buy another land. And that land that you are buying, you are not even selling it. It's not for sale. You just want to buy it as a backup for the one that you have sold. Because something will always come up. It's certain. It's real estate. You are doing real estate. You are now doing real estate in an unregulated economy like Nigeria. You are not facing issue from the government. You are facing issue from the family. You are not facing issue from the family. You are facing issue from regulatory agencies. If you are not facing issues with regulatory agencies, you are facing issues within the community. Even if the land is a titled land, you still have to remove from your profit. There are a lot of people that bought governor's consent land, CFO land, and then there is a court order that were served that restraining order nobody should go to that site and work, pending when this court issue is or this court case is resolved. And they have sold out the estate, and the client that they sold out the estate for, they want to go and work. They want to start work on their land. It's a titled land, but there's a restraining order, a court restraining order. How will they have to solve it? And one of the ways that you can solve it is from all those profits that you have made from that land. It's trouble money you made. That profit that you feel like is for money that for us to share. It's not money to share with investors. It's for money to go and create backup. So a lot of these companies and a lot of these real estate developers just went into the business that they can make 3x profit, they can make 4x profit, they can make 5x profit, and they just want to go in and just make the profit and get out and leave investors to face whatever that comes with it. That's why I say it has become a Ponzi. And to be very frank, starting from early this year, land banking has casted. And that's why a lot of real estate companies are running away from it. If you know any real estate company that they're doing majorly land in the past 2 years or 3 years, you're going to realize that a lot of them now, they are doing houses. Or recently, they are doing agro real estate. They have moved. It has casted. Because a lot of investors have bought land A, B, C, D, and then either no documents or no allocation, or there's allocation, there's troubles with the government, or there's no trouble with the government, there's trouble with the title, just different dramas. Or there's the coastal road, or there's the Shokoto road, or there is whatever road that is affecting the estates. So it has casted. So real estate is not a get rich quick scheme, and stop going into deals and into offers based on this one have the highest revenue, or this one I can make my money back very easily. It's not real estate. I've been seeing some adverts recently where they're telling you that an acre is 3 million or an acre is 4 million, and they'll be collecting 900k or 1 million from what is planted on the land. How is that possible? How is that possible? You buy land for 3 million and they'll be giving you 1 million naira every year from the proceeds of the farm. How is that possible? In case some of you don't know, the price of cassava is dropping. So any company that is doing cassava right now, you must ask, are they going to be processing this cassava? If they are not processing the cassava, the price of cassava is dropping massively. But if they are processing it, fine. They may be able to juggle the profit. But they just want to plant, harvest, and go and sell the cassava to a mill. The price is dropping. So, and all these returns, investors don't know how will I put 3 million naira on an investment and be collecting 1 million? How? I can bet you that there is no stock. Either you convert the 3 million naira to USD or whatever currency that you convert it to, that you are going to buy, I'll be giving you yearly dividends of 1 million as at today. So we should keep our investment realistic. Dividends for investment should always be between 20%, 10%, max 25% dividends. In terms of return projection, realistic projection for real estate, particularly if you are doing land banking, and particularly if you are doing land banking in emerging location, it's like 7-10 years maturity. If you are doing closer to the city, 4-5 years. But it's not something that you want to buy. You might be lucky and fortunate that you just buy and then someone else just show very keen interest in your land, and then within 6 months, 8 months you are able to liquidate. You are a special case. It's not a norm. So this is just like the scenario we've been having in the past 2 years or 3 years now about land banking, and its importance that investors realize this. If you are buying land to keep, particularly if the place is still a bush, have a long-term view. Ideally, even buy it for your kids. A lot of the land that I bought, maybe Moniya or Kuje or father, I will not buy it for myself. Me, I will be fine. I can still hustle now. I'm still very young. I'm buying those land majorly for my next generation. If it's going to take 15 years or 18 years or whatever years it's going to take, I don't care. My cash flow properties are going to take care of my welfare. That's it. So you ideally, for emerging locations, just look at your kits for those ones. For closer to development or closer to town locations, be giving them 5 years, 6 years minimum. Don't go into land banking in the idea that you can sell at 50% return in 6 months, or 50% return in 9 months, or 50% return in 12 months. And within the next 2 or 3 years, just like land banking casted, a number of real estate investment models today are going to cast again within the next 3 years. And I will come back here again and do the video. A number of the real estate investment I'm seeing the adverts currently in the market today, within the next 2-3 years again, they are going to cast, because a lot of those returns are not sustainable. It's better for you to be collecting your 10%, 10%, 10%, 10%, 10% dividends, and then after 4 years, that 10% can go to 18 or 20%. After another 6 years, it's going to 30% or 35%. After another 7 years, that return goes to 50%. Then you're collecting 30%, and they only pay you that 30% twice, and everything everything crash. So real estate is trickle. The returns is going to be trickling. It's going to be trickling before it now becomes a large water. So if you have questions, or you have additions, or you have different opinions to share, my comment section is always open for that. And once again, for a lot of you guys that are always interested in what we do, our services, my name is Rabiu Mustafa. We've been doing real estate for over 6 years. This channel is already 5 years plus already. And on these our videos also, we have a banner there on for our Instagram page. So you can always head to Instagram at Installment Homes NG. I always try to update that page with our current listings and offerings. So we have off plan, we have cash flow, we have agro real estate. Very small circle. Very small circle. I don't sell everything nowadays. There's a lot of edicts. So if I want to face bad booze, I face it with one person or one company. So we have our agro real estate offers there. We have our cash flow offers there. We have our short-let offers there. We have our off-plan offers there on our Instagram page at Installment Homes NG. So you can check it out. I'm also working on a prop tech, an application that's going to help with asset management and asset overview. So if you are interested in partnering for that, we can also discuss about that. We are already working on the MVP. The MVP is around like 80%, 90% already right now. So we are definitely open to partnership. All right, so those are what we do. Those are what we offer. And if you have been enjoying my videos on YouTube, you love what we do, you love this channel, you love what this channel is about, I also appreciate it if you can subscribe to our videos. It's going to help a lot. I have so many interesting topics and so many interesting content like this still coming up about a number of locations that I want to like tell you about, a number of markets that I want to introduce you to. So you don't want to miss those videos. You want to subscribe. If you have subscribed already, thanks so much for that. You can do one more thing for us, which is like what is showing on the screen. Kindly click on that notification button, and as we are dropping our videos, either it's the short videos or these episode videos, you get notified and you don't miss any of them. All right, so I still remain your number one property on the planet, your property advisor, property consultant. My name is Rabiu Mustafa. Thanks for watching our videos, and see you next time.